Good evening, and welcome everyone to Bad Fanfiction Live. My name is Master Gamington Smythe III. Welcome, my dear viewers, to a special announcement. We, on this channel, have celebrated going past 40,000 subscribers, a huge surge to where we were just 2 months ago. To all the 10,000 subscribers that have joined us in 2016 so far, I welcome you. And for a special appearance tonight, I'll be doing a special fanfiction, which has been demanded by my followers and well-wishers for many a year. But, first of all, I would like to know if this is your first time here on this stream. Do let me know, because I would love to hear from any first-timers. Make sure that you are comfortable, and make sure that you have drinks with you. And then we can begin. First off, after this, the audio's broken? I'd just like to know, can everybody hear me okay? Just want to make sure that everyone can hear me okay before we start this. Cherna Gast says this is her first stream. Or him. Sam Turner, welcome, first time for you. TWA Draconium. Neko Kid Wolf, your first time. Bernard. And Ross Pitt, Ginger Bomb. Lee, you're being a little bit cheeky there, but okay. Ruby Rose, welcome Ruby Rose for the first time. Arsi, or Aish, first time there. Oh, okay, jolly good, everybody's okay. Excellent. But first off, I would like to just make a little PSA message that I do wish for little tips. So if you do have a link up here in the right-hand corner for tips during the presentation, as well as links. Yeah. And welcome to Hazel Curry, Devon Penn. Jolly good. Okay. Now, the reason why we're here for the 40,000 subscriber special, we are going to be tackling, quite possibly, one of the most notorious fanfictions out there. I can name quite a few others which are quite presentable. However, this one that we're about to do is really stunning. It is yours and mine's most notorious story. It is the tale of My Immortal. My Immortal has been commented on many a time. Let us see where we can get to in this first hour. And stat, no need to worry about donating. This is absolutely optional. So, not to worry. All is good so long as you're having a good day. Anyway. Let us get on with My Immortal. By Tara Gillespie. Chapter 1. Author's note. Special thanks, get it, 'cause I'm gothic, to my GF. Ooh, not in that way. Raven Bloody Tears 666 for helping me with the story and spelling. You rock. Just in your love of my depressing life, you rock too. MCR rocks. Hi, my name is Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway, and I have long ebony black hair. That's how I got my name. With purple streaks and red tips that reaches my mid-back and icy blue eyes like limpid tears. And a lot of people tell me I look like Amy Lee. Author's note. If you don't know who she is, then get the hell out of here! I'm not related to Gerard Way, but I wish I was because he's a major fucking hottie. I'm a vampire, but my teeth are straight and white. I have pale white skin. I'm also a witch. And I go to a magic school called Hogwarts in England, where I'm in the 7th year. I'm 17. I'm a goth, in case you couldn't tell. And I wear mostly black. I love Hot Topic, and I buy all my clothes from there. For example, today I was wearing a black corset with matching lace around it, and a black leather miniskirt, pink fishnets, and black combat boots. I was wearing black lipstick, white foundation, black eyeliner, and red eyeshadow. I was walking outside Hogwarts. It was snowing and raining, so there was no sun, which I was very happy about. A lot of preps stared at me. I put my middle finger at them. "Hey, Ebony," shouted a voice. I looked up. It was Draco Malfoy.
"What's up, Draco?" I asked.
"Nothing," he said shyly. But then I heard my friends call me and I had to go away. Author's note. Is it good? Please tell me, Fangs. Chapter 2. Author's note. The next, thanks to Bloody Tears 666 for helping me with the chapter. By the way, prep, stop flaming my story, okay? The next day I woke up in my bedroom. It was snowing and raining again. I opened the door of my coffin and drank some blood from a bottle I had. My coffin was black ebony and inside it was hot pink velvet with black lace on the ends. I got out my coffin and took off my giant MCR t-shirt which I used for pajamas. Instead, I put on a black leather dress, a pentagram necklace, combat boots and black fishnets on. I put on 4 pairs of earrings in my pierced ears and put my hair in a kind of messy bun. My friend Willow, author's note, Raven, this is you, woke up then and grinned at me. She flipped her long waist-length raven black hair with pink streaks and opened her forest green eyes. She put on her Marilyn Manson t-shirt with a black mini, fishnets and pointy high-heeled boots. We put on our makeup, black lipstick, white foundation, and black eyeliner.
"OMFG, I saw you talking to Draco Malfoy yesterday," she said excitedly. "Yeah, so?" I said, blushing. "Do you like Draco?" she asked as she went out of the Slytherin common room and into the Great Hall. "No, I so fucking don't!" I shouted.
"Yeah, right," she exclaimed. Just then, Draco walked up to me. "Hi," he said.
"Hi," I replied flirtily.
"Guess what?" he said.
"What?"
I asked. "Well, Good Charlotte are having a concert in Hogsmeade," he told me. "Oh my fucking god!" I screamed. "I love GC! They are my favorite band besides MCR!" "Well, do you want to go out with me?" I gasped. Yes, Princess Luna, it is indeed the original. Chapter 3. Author's note. Stop flamming the story, preps, okay? Otherwise, thanks to the Gothic people for the good reviews. Thanks again, Raven. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't own this or the lyrics for Good Charlotte. On the night of the concert, I put on my black lace-up boots with high heels. Underneath them were ripped red fishnets. Then I put on a black leather mini dress with all this corset stuff on the back and front. I put on matching fishnet on my arms. I straightened my hair and make it all look spiky. I felt a little depressed then, so I slit one of my wrists. I read a depressing book while I waited for it to stop bleeding, and I listened to some GC. I painted my nails black and put on tons of black eyeliner. Then I put on some black lipstick. I put on foundation because I was pale anyway. I drank some human blood, so I was ready to go to the concert. I went outside. Draco was waiting there in front of his flying car. He was wearing a Simple Plan t-shirt. They would play at the show too. Baggy black skater pants, black nail polish, and a little eyeliner. Author's note, a lot for cool boys wear it, okay?
"Hi, Draco," I said in a depressed voice.
"Hi, Ebony," he said back. We walked into his flying black Mercedes-Benz. The license plate said 666 and flew to the place with the concert. On the way, we listened excitedly to Good Charlotte and Marilyn Manson. We both smoked cigarettes and drugs. When we got there, we both hopped out of the car. We went to the mosh pit at the front of the stage and jumped up and down as we listened to Good Charlotte. You come in cold, you're covered in blood. They're all so happy you've arrived. The doctor cuts your cord and hands you to your mum. She sets you free into this life, sang Joel. I don't own the lyrics to that song. Joel's so fucking hot, I said to Draco, pointing to him as he sung, filling the club with his amazing voice. Suddenly, Draco looked sad.
What's wrong? I asked as we mocked the music.
Then I caught on.
Hey, it's okay. I don't like him better than you, I said.
Really? Asked Draco sensitively, and he put his arm around me all protective like.
Really?
I said.
Besides, I don't even know Joel, and he's going out with Hilary fucking Duff. I fucking hate that little bitch, I said disgustedly, thinking of her ugly blonde face.
The night went on really well, and I had a great time. So did Draco. After the concert, we drank some beer and asked Benji and Joel for their autographs and photos for them. We got GC concert tees. Draco and I crawled back into the Mercedes Benz, but Draco didn't go back into Hogwarts. Instead, he drove the car into the Forbidden Forest. Chapter 4. Author's note. I said stop flaming, okay? Ebony's name is Enoby, not Mary Sue, okay? Draco is so in love with her that he is acting different. They knew each other before, okay? Draco. Draco! I shouted. What the fuck do you think you're doing? Draco didn't answer, but he stopped the flying car and he walked out of it. I walked out of it too, curiously.
What the fucking hell? I asked angrily.
Ebony, he asked. What? I snapped. Draco leaned in extra close, and I looked into his gothic red eyes. He was wearing colored contacts, which revealed so much depressing eyeshadow, sorrow, and evilness, and then suddenly I didn't feel mad anymore. And then, suddenly, just as Draco kissed me passionately. Draco climbed on top of me, and we started to make out keenly against a tree. He took off my top, and I took off his clothes. I even took off my bra. Then he put his thingy into my you-know-what, and we did it for the first time. Oh, oh, oh! I screamed. I was beginning to get an orgasm. We started to kiss everywhere, and my pale body became all warm, and then... What the hell are you doing, you motherfuckers? It was Dumbledore. How is everybody doing? Is everyone doing okay? Good to know. How's everybody enjoying the first 4 chapters? Anyway. On to the next chapter, with chapter 5. Author's note. Stop flaming! If you flame, it means you are a prep or a poser. The only reason Dumbledore swore is cause he had a headache, okay? And on top of that, he was mad at them for having sex. P.S. I'm not updating until I get 5 good revoirs. Dumbledore made Draco and I follow him. He kept shouting at us angrily. You ludicrous fools! He shouted. I started to cry tears of blood down my pallid face. Draco comforted me. When we went back into the castle, Dumbledore took us to Professor Snape and Professor McGonagall, who were both looking very angry. They were having sexual intercourse in the Forbidden Forest! He yelled in a furious voice. Why did you do such a thing, you mediocre dunces? Asked Professor McGonagall. How dare you? Demanded Professor Snape. And then Draco shrieked, Because I love her! The room was quiet. Dumbledore and Professor McGonagall still looked mad, but Professor Snape said, Fine, very well. You may go up to your rooms. Draco and I went upstairs while the teacher glared at us. Are you okay, Ebony? Draco asked me gently. Yeah, I guess. I lied. I went to the girls' dorm and brushed my teeth and my hair and changed into a low-cut black floor-length dress with red lace all around it and black high heels. When I came out, Draco was standing there in front of the bathroom, and he started to sing, I Just Wanna Live, by Good Charlotte. I was so flattered, even though he wasn't supposed to be there. We hugged and kissed. After that, we said goodnight. and he reluctantly went back into his room. Chapter 6. Author's note. Stop up, preps, okay? P.S. I will not update till you give me 5 good vows. The next day, I woke up in my coffin. I put on a black miniskirt that was all ripped around the end with a matching top, with red skulls all over it, and a high-heeled boots that were black. I put on 2 pairs of skull earrings, and 2 crosses in my ears. I sprayed my hair with purple. In the Great Hall. In the Great Hall, I ate some Count Chocula cereal with blood instead of milk, and a glass of red blood. For my viewers, it's a good thing it was not white blood. Do you know how much calories are in white blood? I mean, she's thinking for her health. Suddenly, someone bumped into me. All the blood spilled over the top. Bastard! I shouted angrily. I regretted saying it when I looked up, because I was looking to the pale white face of a gothic boy, with spiky black hair with red streaks in it. He was wearing so much eyeliner that I was going down his face, and he was wearing black lipstick. He didn't have glasses anymore, and now he was wearing red contact lenses just like Draco's, and there was no scar on his forehead anymore. He had a manly stubble on his chin. He had a sexy English accent. He looked exactly like Joel Madden. He was so sexy that my body went all hot when I saw him. Kind of like an erection, only I'm a girl, so I didn't get one, you sicko.
Oh, I'm so sorry, he said in a shy voice. That's all right. What's your name? I questioned. Oh, my name's Harry Potter, although most people call me Vampire these days, he grumbled. Why? I exclaimed. Because I love the taste of human blood. Well, I'm a vampire, I confessed. Really? He whimpered.
Yeah, I roared. We sat down to talk for a while. Then Draco came up behind me and told me he had a surprise for me, so I went away with him. By the way, thank you very much, the Bureau, for your tip. He says, thank God I was able to make this stream. I wouldn't want to miss this for the world. This is going to be hashtag sexy hot delicious. And repeat, everyone, sexy hot delicious. It's not just this. You have to, not just the words. You also have to say it in the right intonation. So it is all sexy or delicious. Anyway, thank you very much, the Bureau, for sending the tip. Anyway, Chapter 7. Bring me to life. Author's note. Well, okay, you guys. I'm only writing this because I got 5 good reviewers. And by the way, I won't write the next chapter till I get 10 good ones. Stow flaming or ill report you. Ebony isn't a Mary Sue, okay? She isn't perfect. She's a Satan-itz. And she has problems. She's depressed for God's sake. Draco and I held our pale white hands with black nail polish as we went upstairs. I was wearing red Satanist sings on my nails in red polish. Author's note. See, does that sound like a Mary Sue, Maru Sue to you? I waved to Vampire. Dark misery was in his depressed eyes. I guess he was jealous of me that I was going out with Draco. Anyway, I went upstairs excitedly with Draco. We went into his room and locked the door. Then, we started Frenching passionately, and we took off each other's clothes enthusiastically. He felt me up before I took off my top. Then I took off my black leather bra and he took off his pants. We went on the bed and started making out naked, and then he put his boy's thingy in mine and we had sex! See, is that stupid? Oh, Draco! Draco! I screamed while getting an orgasm, while all of a sudden I saw a tattoo I had never seen before on Draco's arm. It was a black heart with an arrow through it. On it, in bloody Gothic writing, were the words, Vampire. I was so angry. You bastard! I shouted angrily, jumping out of the bed. No, but you don't understand, Draco pleaded. But I knew too much. No, you fucking idiot, I shouted. You probably have AIDS anyway. I put off my clothes all huffily and then stomped out. Draco ran out even though he was naked. He had a really big you-know-what, but I was too mad to care. I stomped out and did so until I was in Vampire's classroom where he was having a lesson with Professor Snape and some other people. Vampire Potter! You motherfucker! I yelled. Chapter 8. Stop flashing, okay? If you do, then you are a prep. By the way, everybody, be sure to tweet for your friends about this if they wish to hear the most infamous fanfiction of all time. Chapter 8. Everyone in the class stared at me, and then Draco came into the room even though he was naked, and started begging me to take him back. Ebony, it's not what you think, Draco screamed sadly. My friend Bloody Mary Smith smiled at me understatedly. She flipped her long waist-length gothic black hair and opened her crimson eyes. Like blood. Like blood. That she was wearing contact lenses on. She had pale white skin that she was wearing white makeup on. Hermione was kidnapped when she was born. Her real parents are vampires, and one of them is a witch, but Voldemort killed her mother, and her father committed suicide because he was depressed about it. She still has nightmares about it, and she is very haunted and depressed. It also turns out that her real last name is Smith and not Granger. She has since converted to Satanism. She is in Slytherin now, not Gryffindor. What is it that you desire, you ridiculous dimwit? No, I want to get it right, absolutely. In the memory of Alan Rickman. What is it that you desire, you ridiculous dimwit? Snapped Demesne angrily in his cold voice, but I ignored him. Vampire! I can't believe you cheated on me! With Draco! I shouted at him. Everyone gasped. I don't know why Ebony was so mad at me. I went out with Vampire. I'm bi, and so is Ebony. For a while, but then he broke my heart. He dumped me because he liked Brittany, a stupid preppy fucker. We were just good friends now. He'd gone through horrible problems, and he now was gothic. I would like that, like I would hang out with a prep. But I'm not going out with Draco anymore, said Vampire. Yeah, fucking right. Fuck off, you bastard! I screamed. I ran out of the room and into the Forbidden Forest, where I'd lost my virility to Draco, and then I started to bust into tears. Chapter 9. Author's note. Stop flaming, okay? I didn't read all the books. This is from the movie, okay? So it's not my fault if Dumbledore swears. Be sweet. I said he had a headache, and the reason Snap doesn't lick Harry now is 'cause he's Christian, and Vampire is a Satanist. MCR rocks! I was so mad and sad. I couldn't believe Draco for cheating on me. I began to cry against the tree where I did it with Draco. Then all of a suddenly, a horrible man with red eyes and no nose and everything started flying towards me on a broomstick. He didn't have a nose, basically like Voldemort in the movie. And he was wearing all black, but it was obvious he wasn't gothic. It was Voldemort. No! I shouted in a scared voice, but then Voldemort shouted, Imperious! And I couldn't run away. Crookshanks! I shouted at him. Voldemort fell off his broom and started to scream. Wasn't it supposed to be Crucio? I felt bad for him, even though I'm a sadist, so I stopped. Ebony! He yelled. Thou must kill Vampire Potter! I thought about Vampire and his sexy eyes and his gothic black hair. And now his face looks like just like Joel Madden. I remembered that Draco had said I didn't understand, so I thought, what if Draco went out with Vampire before I went out with him and they broke up? No, Voldemort! I shouted back. Voldemort gave me a gun. No, please, I begged. Thou must, he yelled. If thou dost not, then I shall kill thy beloved Draco. Sorry, I just had I remembered the movie just there. How did you know? I asked in a surprised way. Voldemort got a dude, you are so retarded look on his face. I have telekinesis, he answered cruelly. And if you doth not kill vampire, then thou know what will happen to Draco, he shouted. Then he flew away angrily on his broomstick. I was so scarred and mad, I didn't know what to do. Suddenly, Draco came into the woods. Draco, I said. Hi. Hi. He said back, but his face was all sad. He was wearing white foundation and messy eyeliner, kind of like a pentagram. Get it? Between Joel Madden and Gerard Way. Are you okay? I asked. No, he answered. I'm sorry I got all mad at you, but I thought you cheated on me. I expelled. That's okay, you said all depressed. And we went back into Hogwarts together, making out! Ugh. Whew. How is everybody doing? Is everyone doing okay? I'd very much like to know. How's everyone enjoying it now we're on the 10th chapter? We're about nearly almost a third of the way into the story. So is everybody doing it? Is everyone doing alright? In fact, I need to pour more drink. Otherwise, I seem to have run out. We're just letting the chat carry on. Everyone seems to be enjoying it. Very good. And the bunker seems to be failing. Oh dear. Well, not to worry. General Bacon, there is about 35 chapters. Very good. Very good. Everyone seems to be doing good. Excellent. I'm very glad to hear it. I see. I'm just actually. Oh. Yes, the Jorge 2003 doing a nice little tweet there. I'm just checking a little bit of Twitter there. Everyone seems to be enjoying it. Anyway, on with chapter 10. Author's note. Stop it, you gay fags! If you do not like my story, then fuck off. Please, it turns out Bloody Mary isn't a muggle at all. And she and Vampire are evil, that's they moved houses, okay. I was really scared about Voldemort all day. I was even upset when went to rehearsals with my gothic metal band Bloody Gothic Rose 666. I'm the lead singer of it, and I play guitar. People say that we sound like a cross between GC, Slipknot, and MCR. The other people in the band are Bloody Mary, Vampire, Draco, Ron, although we call him Diablo now. He has black hair now with blue streaks in it. And Hagrid! Only today, Draco and Vampire were depressed, so they weren't coming, and we wrote songs instead. I knew Draco was probably sitting his wrists. He wouldn't die because he was a vampire too. The only way you can kill a vampire is with a CROSS. There's no way I'm writing that. Or a steak. Now I'm just all hungry. And Vampire was probably watching a depressing movie like The Corpse Bride. I put on a black leather shirt that showed off my boobs and tiny matching miniskirt that said Simple Plan on the butt. You might think I'm a slut, but I'm really not. We were singing a cover of Helena, and at the end of the song I suddenly burst into tears.
Ebony, are you okay?
Bloody Mary asked in a concerted voice. What the fuck do you think? I asked angrily, and then I said, well, Voldemort came, and the fucking bastard told me to kill Harry, but I don't want to kill him, because he's really nice. Even if he did go out with Draco. But if I don't kill Harry, then Voldemort will fucking kill Draco. I burst into tears. Suddenly, Draco jumped out from behind a wall. Why didn't you fucking tell me? He shouted. How could you fucking poser muggle bitch! See, is that out of character? I started to cry and cry. Draco started to cry too, all sensitive. Then he ran out crying. We practiced for 1 more hour. And suddenly Dumbledore walked in angrily. His eyes were all fiery, and I knew that this time it wasn't because he had a headache. What have you done? He started to cry wisely. See, that's basically not swearing, and this time he was really upset, and you will see why. Ebony Draco has been found in his room. He committed suicide by slitting his wrists. Chapter 11. Author's note. I said stop flaming up, preps. See, if this chapter is stupid 11111, it deals with really serious issues. Sup, see for yourself if it's stupid. By the way, thanks to my friend Raven for helping me. No! I screamed. I was horrified. Bloody Mary tried to comfort me, but I told her to fuck off, and I ran to my room crying myself. Dumbledore chased after me shouting, but then he had to stop when I went into my room, because he would look like a perv that way. Anyway, I started crying tears of blood, and then I slit both of my wrists. They got all over my clothes, so I took them off and jumped into the bath angrily while I put on a Linkin Park song with full volume. I grabbed a stake and almost stuck it into my heart to commit suicide. I was so fucking depressed. I got out of the bathtub and put on a black low-cut dress with lace all over it sandly. I put on black high heels with pink metal stuff on the ends and 6 pairs of skull earrings. I couldn't fucking believe it. Then I looked out of the window and screamed. Snap was spying on me, and he was taking a videotape of me, and Lupin was masticating to it. How do you even masticate? That's mastication. Mastication is licking your lips, pretty much, but not what they want to do. But they were sitting on you broomsticks. Ew! You fucking pervs! Stop looking at me naked! Are you pedos or what? I screamed, putting on a black towel with a picture of Marilyn Mason on it. Suddenly, Vampire ran in. Abracadabra! He yelled at Abracadabra! He yelled at Snape and Lupin, pointing his womb. I took my gun and shot Snape and Lupin a gazillion times, and they both started screaming, and the camera broke. Suddenly, Dumbledore ran in. Ebony! It has been revealed that someone has— No! He shouted, looking at Snape and Lupin, and then he waved his wand, and suddenly, Hagrid ran out outside on his broom and said, Everyone, we need to talk. What do you know, Hagrid? You're just a little Hogwarts student. I may be a Hogwarts student, Hagrid paused angrily, but I am also a Satanist. This cannot be, Snap said in a crisp voice as blood dripped from his hand where Dumbledore's wand had shot him. There must be other factors. You don't have any, I yelled him madly. Lupin held up the carrot triumphantly. The lens may be ruined, but the tape is still there. I felt faint. More normally than I do now, like how it feels when you do not drink enough blood. Why are you doing this? Lupin said angrily while he rubbed his dirty hands on his cloak. And then I heard the words that I had heard before, but not from him. I did not know whether to feel shocked and happy, or to bite him and drink his blood because I felt faint. Because, Hagrid said, and he paused in the air dramatically, waving his wand in the air. Then swooped in, he sang to the tunes of a gothic version of a song by 50 Cent. Because you're gothic? Snapped asked in a little afraid voice because he was afraid and it meant that he was connected with Satan. Because I love her! Chapter 12. Author's note. Stop FAing, okay? Hagrid is a pedo too. A lot of people in American schools are like that. I wanted to address the issue. How do you know no Snap isn't Christian, plus Hagrid isn't really in love with Ebony? That was Cedric, okay? I was about to slip my wrists again with the silver knife that Draco had given me in case anything happened to him. He had told me to use it valiantly against an enemy, but I knew that we must both go together. No! I thought it was Hagrid, but it was Vampire. He started to scream. Oh, MFG! No! Oh, my scar hurts! And then his eyes rolled up. You could only see his red whites. I stopped. How did you know? I saw it, and my scar turned black into the lightning bolt. No! I ran up closer. I thought you didn't have a scar anymore, I shouted. I do, but Diablo changed it into a pentagram for me, and I always cover it up with foundation, he said back. Anyway, my scar hurt and it turned back into the lightning bolt. Save me! Then I had a vision of what was happening to Draco. Voldemort has him bondage! Anyway, I was in the school's nurse's office now recovering from my slit wrists. Snap and Lupin and Hagrid were there too. They were going to St. Mango's after they recovered because they were pedophiles, and you couldn't have those fucking pervs teaching in a school with a lot of hot girls. Dumbledore had constipated the Kiddio camera they took of me naked. I put up my middle finger at them. Anyway, Hagrid came into my hospital bed, holding a bouquet of pink roses. Ebony, I need to tell you something, he said in a very serious voice, giving me the roses. Fuck off, I told him. You know I fucking hate the color pink anyway, and I don't like fucked up preps like you, I snapped. Hagrid had been mean to me before for being gothic. No, Enemy, Hagrid says. Those are not roses. What, are they goths too, you pros of prep? I asked because I was angry that he bought me pink roses. I saved your life, he yelled angrily. No, you didn't, I replied. You saved me from getting a Paris Hilton P video made from your shower scene and being viewed by Snap and Lupin, who masturbated. See his dad spells wrong to it, he added silently. Whatever, I yelled angrily. He pointed to his wand with the pink roses. These aren't roses. He suddenly looked at them with an evil look in his eye and muttered, Well, if you wanted honesty, that's all you had to say. That's not a spell. That's an MCR song, I corrected him wisely. I know! I was just warming up my vocal cords! Then he screamed. Patulus Marengo me Crengilici Romatio! For all the cool gothic MCR fans out there, that is a tribute. Especially for Raven. I love you, girl! I'm a Noto Okayo! That's Imanoto Okayo! And then the roses turned into a huge black flame floating in the middle of the air. And it was black. Now I knew he wasn't a prep. Okay, I believe you now. What the fuck is Draco? Hagrid rolled his eyes. I looked into the balls of flame, but I could see nothing. You see, Annabelle, Dumbledore said, watching the two of us watching the flame. To see what ends the flames. Ha ha, you reviewers flames, get it? You must find yourself first, okay? I have found myself okay, you mean old man, Hagrid yelled. Dumbledore looked shocked. I guess he didn't have a headache or else he would have said something back. Hagrid stormed off back into his bed. You are a liar, Professor Dumbledore! Anyway, when I got better, I went upstairs and put on a black leather mini dress that was all ripped on the ends with lace on it. There was some corset stuff on the front. Then I put on some black fishnets and black high-heeled boots with pictures of Billy Joe Armstrong on them. I put my hair all out under me, so I looked like Samara from The Ring. If you do know who she is, you are a prep, so fuck off. And I put on a blood red lipstick, black eyeliner, and black lip gloss. You look kawaii, girl, Bloody Mary said sadly. Fangs. Get it? You do too, I said sadly, but I was still upset. I sipped both my wrists feeling totally depressed, and I sucked all the blood. I cried again in my bathroom and put the shades on so Snap and Lupin couldn't spy on me this time. I went to some classes. Vampire was in the hair of magical creatures. He looked all depressed because Draco had disappeared, and he used to be in love with Draco. He was sucking some blood from a Hufflepuff.
Hi, I said in a depressed way. Hi back, I said in an equally sad way.
We both looked at each other for some time. Harry had beautiful red gothic eyes, so much like Draco's. Then we jumped on each other and started screwing each other!
Stop it now, you horny simpletons! Shouted Professor McGoggle, who was watching us and so was everyone else. Vampire, you fucker! I said, slapping him. Stop trying to screw me! You know I love Draco! I shouted, and then I ran away angrily. Just then he started to scream. OMFG! No! My scar hurts! And then his eyes rolled up. You could only see his red lights. No! I ran up closer. I thought you didn't have a scar anymore, I shouted. I do, but Diablo changed it into a pentagram for me and I always cover it up with foundation, he said back. Anyway, my scar hurt and then I had a vision of what was happening to Draco. Voldemort has in bondage. He said again. Okay. Special thanks to Raven, my gothic blood sister. What the fuck, you're supposed to read this? 11111. Hey Raven, do you know where my sweater I? I believe, my viewers, we are going to get up to chapter 18. And then, if my viewers desire it, then next week we can tackle the second half. How does everyone that sound? How does that sound, everybody? Next week, should we do the second half? I just want to check out with the viewers. Ah, yes, it seems that the consensus, everybody, that we are, okay, everybody, we're going to get to chapter 18. Spread the madness across 2 weeks, says Bernardo. Yes, we are going to hang in there to chapter 18. And then next week, we shall tackle the second half. Chapter 13. Author's note. Raven, thanks for helping me. Okay. I'm sorry I took your poster of Gerard, but that guy is such a fucking sex bomb. Prep, stop flaming. Vampire and I ran up the stairs looking for Dumbledore. We were so scared. Dumbledore! Dumbledore! We both yelled. Dumbledore came there. What is it that you now want now, you despicable snobs? He asked angrily. Voldemort has Draco, we shouted at the same time. He laughed in an evil voice. No, don't! We need to save Draco! No, he said meanly. I don't give a darn what Voldemort does to Draco. Not after how much he misbehaved in school, especially with you, Ebony, he said while he was frowned looked at me. Besides, I never liked him that much anyway. Then he walked away. Vampire started crying. My Draco, he moaned. Author's note. Don't you think gay guys are like so hot? It's okay, I tried to tell him, but that didn't stop him. He started to cry tears of blood. Then he had a brainstorm. I had an idea, I exclaimed. What? I asked him. You'll see, said. He took out his wand and did a spell. Then, suddenly, we were in Voldemort's lair. We ran in our wands just as we heard a croon's voice say, Abracadabra! It was Voldemort! Chapter 14. Author's note. Fuck off, preps, okay? Ravens, thanks to helping again. I'm sorry I couldn't update, but I was depressed and I had to go to the hospital, okay? I slit my wrists. P.S. I'm not updating till you give me 10 god ravoys. Warning. Some of this chapter is extremely scray. Viewer excretion advised. I believe a lot of my viewers have already excreted. We ran to where Voldemort was. It turned out that Voldemort wasn't there.
Instead, the fat guy who killed Cedric was. Draco was there crying tears of blood. Snaketail was torturing him. Vampire and I run in front of Snaketail. "Rid of my sight, you despicable preps!" he shouted as we started shooting him with the gun. Suddenly he looked at me and he fell down with a lovey-dovey look in his eyes. "Dot!" he said. Indicia is 16 years old, so he's not a pedophile, okay? Huh? I asked. "Enderby, I love you. Will you have sex with me?" asked Snaketail. I started laughing crudely. "What the fuck? You torture my BF and then you expect me to fuck you? God, you're so fucked up, you fucking bastard," I said angrily. Then I stabbed him in the heart. Blood poured out of it like a fountain. "No!" he screamed. He started screaming and running around. Then he fell down and died. I burst into tears sadly. "Snaketail, what art thou doing?" called Voldemort. Then he started coming. We could hear his high heels clacking to us. So, we got on our broomsticks and we flew to Hogwarts. We went into my room, Vampire went away. There I started crying. "What's wrong, honey?" asked Draco, taking off his clothes so we could screw. He had a sex-pack, get it? 'Cause he's so sexy. And a really huge you-know-what and everything. "It's so unfair," I yielded. "Why can't I just be ugly or plain like all the other girls and preps here except for Bloody Mary because she's not ugly or anything?" "Why would you want to be ugly?" "I don't like the preps anyway. They are such fucking sluts," answered Draco. "Yeah, but everyone is in love with me. Like Snape and Lupin took a video of me naked. Hagrid says he's in love with me. Vampire likes me, and now even Snaketail's in love with me. I just want to be in love with you, Draco. Why couldn't Satan have made me less beautiful?" I shouted angrily. And don't worry, Enderby isn't a snob or anything, but a lot of people have told her she's pretty. "I'm good at too many things. Why can't I just be normal? It's a fucking curse," I shouted, and then I ran away. Chapter 15. Author's note. Stop flaming, okay? By the way, you suck from no one. Every time someone flames me, I'm gonna slip my wrists. Thanks to Raven for helping. "Ebony! Ebony!" shouted Draco sadly. "No, please come back!" But I was too mad. "Whatever. Now you can go and have sex with Vampire," I shouted. I stormed into my room and closed my black door with my blood-red key. It had a picture of Marilyn Manson on it. He looked so sexy in a way that reminded me of Draco and Vampire. I started to cry and weep. I took a razor and started to slit my wrists. I drank the blood all depressed. Then I looked at my black GC watch and noticed it was time to go to biology class. I put on a short ripped black gothic dress that said Anarchy on the front in blood red letters and was all ripped and all had spiky belt. Under that, I put on ripped black fishnets and boots that said Joel all over them with blood red letters. I put on my ebony black hair. Out. Anyway, I went downstairs feeling all sad and depressed as usual. I did some advanced biology work. I was turning a bloody red pentagram into a black guitar. Suddenly, the guitar turned into Draco. "Enderby, I love you," he shouted sadly. "I do not care what those fucker preps and posers think. You're the most beautiful girl in the world. Before I met you, I used to want to commit suicide all the time. Now I just want to fucking be with you. I love you." Then he started to sing to Chronicles of Life and Death. We considered it our song now because we fell in love when Joel was singing it. Right in front of the fucking class. His singing voice was so amazing and gothic and sexy, like a cross between Gerard Troll, Chester Pierre, and Marilyn Manson. Also note, don't you think those guys are so hot? If you don't, then who dare I get the fuck out of her? "OMFG," I said after he was finished. Some fucking prep stared at us, but I just stuck up my middle fingers. That were covered in black nail polish and were entwined with Dracos now at them. "I love you," I said, and then we started to kiss just like Hilary Duff. I fucking hate that bitch. And CMM in a Cinderella story. Then we went away holding hands. Lupin shouted at us because he stopped because everyone was clapping by how sexy we looked together. Then I saw a poster saying that MCR would have had a concert in Hogsmeade right then. We looked at each other, all shocked, and then we went together. Okay. Chapter 16. Author's note. You know what? Shut up, okay? Prove to me you're not preps. Raven, you suck, you fucking bitch. Give me back my fucking sweat, you stupid dis. Raven, what the fuck, you bitch? You're supposed to do this. By the way, thanks to Brittany5655 for teaching me Japanese. We ran happily to Hogsmeade. Then we saw a stage where GC had played. We ran in happily. MCR were there playing Helena. I was so fucking happy. Gerard looked even sexier than he did in the pictures. Even Draco thought so. I could totally see him getting an erection, but it didn't matter because I never knew that we're only the true ones for each other. I was wearing a black leather mini dress and black leather platinum boots with red ribbed fishnets. Draco was wearing a black baggy MCR t-shirt and black baggy pants. Anyway, we started moshing to Helena. We Frenched. We ran up to the front of the band to stage dive. Suddenly, Gerard pulled off his mask. So did the others. We gasped. It wasn't them at all. It was Voldemort and the Death Dealers. What the fuck, Draco? I'm not going to a concert with you. I shouted angrily. Not after what happened to me last time. Even if it's MCR and you know how much I lick them. What? Because we... You know, he gadgeted uncomfortably. Because guys don't like to talk about you know what. Yeah, because you know, I yelled in an angry voice. We won't do that again, Draco promised. This time, we're going with an escort. OMFG, WTF, are you giving into the mainstream, I asked? So I guess you're a prep or a Christina or what now? No, he muttered loudly. Are you becoming a prep or what? I shooted angrily. Enderby, I'm not. Please come with me. He fell down to his knees and started singing The World is Black by GC to me. I was flattened because that's not even a single. He had mentioned the lyrics just for me. Okay then, I guess I will have to, I said. And then we Frenched for a while and I went up to my room. Bloody Mary was standing there. Hajime mashite, girl, she said happily. She speaks Japanese, so do I. That means how do you do in Japanese. By the way, Willow, that fucking poser, got expelled. She failed all her classes and she skipped math. Author's note. Raven, you fucking suck. Fuck you. It serves that fucking Bic right. I laughed angrily. Well, anyway, we were feeling all depressed. We watched some gothic movies like Das Nightmare Before Christmas. Maybe Willow will die too, I said. Kawaii. Bloody Mare shook her head energetically, lethargically. Oh yeah, have a confession. After she got expelled, I murdered her, and then Lupin did it with her because he's a necrophiliac. Kawaii, I commented happily. We talked to each other in silence for the rest of the movie. Oh hey, by the way, I'm going to a concert with Draco tonight in Hogsmeade with MCR, I said. I need to wear like the hot set outfit ever. Bloody Mary nodded energetically. OMFG, totally, let's go shopping. In Hot Topic, right? I asked, already getting out my fiscal Hot Topic loyalty card. No. My head snaped up. What? My head spun. I could not believe it. Bloody Mary, are you a prep? No, she laughed. I found some cool gothic stores near Hogwarts, that's all. Who told you about them? I asked, sure it would be Draco, Diablo, or Vampire. Don't even say that name to me. Or me. Dumbledore, she said. Let me just call our Broms. OMFG, Dumbledore? I asked quietly. Yeah, I saw the map for Hogsmeade on his desk, she told me. Come on, let's go. We were going in a few punk goth stores specially for the concert in Hogsmeade. The salesperson was OMG hotter than Jared, except not because that's impossible. And he gave me a few dresses. We only have these for real goths. The real goths? Me and Bloody Mary asked. Yeah, you wouldn't believe how many poses there are in this town, man. Yesterday, Lupin and Snap tried to buy a gothic camera pouch. He shook his head. I didn't even know they had a camera. OMFG, no! They're gonna spy on me again! I cried, running out of the changing room wearing a long black dress with lots of red tulle coming out and very low cut with a huge slit. Oh my Satan, you have to buy that outfit, the salesperson said. Yeah, it's like totally hot, said Bloody Mary. You know what? I'm gonna give it to you free because you look really hot in that outfit. Hey, are you gonna be at that concert tonight? He asked. Yeah, I am actually. I looked back at him. Hey, by the way, my name's Ebony Darkness Dementia Taraway. What's yours? Tom Ridd, he said, and ran a hand through his black-dyed hair. Maybe I'll see you there tonight. Yeah, I don't think so, because I'm going there with my BF Draco, you sick perv, I yelled angrily. But before he could beg me to go with him, Hagrid flew on his black broom looking worried. OMFG, Ebony! You need to get back into the castle now! Chapter 17. Author's note. I said stop flimming Dustrio! If you are prepped and do not read it, you can tell whether you are prep or not by my quiz. It's on my homepage. If you are not, then you rock! If you are, then fuck off! P.S. Willow isn't really a prep. Raven, please do this. I promise to give you back your poster. Tom Riddle gave us some clothes and stuff for free. He said he would help us with makeup if he wanted, because he was really into fashion and stuff. He's bisexual. Hagrid kept shooting at us to come back to Hogwarts. What the fuck, Hagrid? I shouted angrily. Fuck off, jucking bastard. Well, anyway, Willow came. Hagrid went away angrily. Hey, bitch, you look kawaii, she said. Yeah, but not as kawaii as you, I answered sadly, because Paula's really pretty and everything. She was wearing a short black corset thingy with blood red lace on it, and a black blood red miniskirt, leather fishnets, and black pointy boots that showed off how pale she was. She had a really nice body with big bobs and everything. She was thin enough to be anorexic. So are you going to the concert with Draco? She asked. Yeah, I said happily. I'm gone with Diablo, she answered happily. Well, anyway, Draco and Diablo came. They were both looking extremely hot and sexy, and you could tell that they thought we were out too. Diablo was wearing a black t-shirt that said 666 on it. He was wearing tons of makeup just like Marilyn Manson. Draco was wearing black leather pants, a gothic black GC t-shirt, and black Vans he got from the Warp Tower. Bloody Mart was going to the concert with Dracola. Dracola used to be called Naval, but it turned out that he was kidnapped at birth and his real family were vampires. They died in a car crash. Naval converted to Satanism and he went goth. He was in Slytherin now. He was wearing a black swabbed t-shirt, black jeans and shoes, and black hair with red streaks in it. We call him Dracula now. Well, anyway. We all went to Draco's bloody Mercy Benz. Get it? Because we're so giphic. That his dad Lucian gave him. We did pot, coke, and crack. Draco and I made out. We made fun of those stupid fucking preps. We soon got there. I gasped. Gerard was the sexiest guy ever. He looked even sexier than he did in the pics. He had long raven black hair and piercing blue eyes. He was really skinny and he had an amazing ethnic voice. We moshed to Helena and some other songs. Suddenly, Gerard pulled off his mask. So did the other mems. I gasped. It wasn't Gerard at all. It was an ugly, preppy man with no nose and red eyes. Everyone ran away but me and Draco. Draco and I came. It was Voldemort and the Death Dealers. You moronic idiots, he shouted anxiously. Enemy, I told you to kill a vampire. Thou have failed. And now I shall kill thou and Draco. No, please, we begged sadly, but he took out his knife. Suddenly, a gothic old man flew in on his broomstick. He had long black hair and a long back bread. He was wearing a black robe that said Avril Lavigne on the back. He shouted a spell and Voldemort ran away. It was Dumbledore! Chapter 18. Author's note. I said stop flamming! If you do, then you are fucking prep. Thanks to Raven for the help and stuff, you rock. No, you are not a prep. Thanks for my sweater. P.S. the other Empson Dumbledore swore is cause he trying to be gothic, so dare. I woke up the next day in my coffin.
I walked out of it and put on some black eyeshadow, blood-bed lipstick, and a black really low-cut leather dress that was all ripped and in stripes so you could see my belly. I was wearing a skull belly ring with black and red diamonds inside it. The night before, Draco and I went to the back to the skull. God, get it, skull? Because I'm gothic and I like death. Dumbledore chased Voldemort away. We flew there on our brooms. Mine was black and the broom stuff was blood red. There was lace all over it. Draco had a black MCR boom. We went back to our rooms and we had a you-know-what to a Linkin Park song. Well, anyway, I went to the Great Hall. There all the walls were painted black and the tables were black too. But you could see that there was pink pant underneath the black pant. And there were posters of poser bands everywhere, like Ashley Simpson and the Backstreet Boys. What the fuck? I shouted, going to... I was going to sit next to Bloody Mary and Willow. Bloody Mary was wearing a black leather mini with a Good Charlotte t-shirt, black fishnets, and black pointy boots. Willow was wearing a long gothic black dress with blood red writing that was all lacy and came up to your thighs, and black boots and fishnets. Vampire Dracula and Draco came. We started to talk about who was sexier, Mikey or Gerard Way or Billy Joe Armstrong. The boys joined in because they were bi. These guys are so fucking hot, Navel was saying as suddenly a gothic old man and black beard and everything came. He was the same one who had chased away Voldemort yesterday. He had normal tan skin, but he was wearing white foundation and had dyed his hair black. Dumbledore? We all gasped. What the fuck? I shouted angrily. I thought he was just there and trying not to scare Voldemort. Hello, everyone, I shouted. He said happily. As you can see, I gave the room a makeover. What do you think about it? Everyone from the poser table in Gryffindor started to cheer. Well, we Goths just looked at each other all disgusted and shook our heads. We couldn't believe what a poser he was, one. By the way, you can call me Albert, he called as we left to our classes. What a fucking poser, Draco shouted angrily as we turned to transformation. We were holding hands. Vampire looked really jealous. I could see him crying blood in a gothic way. Get it? Way like Gerard. But I didn't say anything. I bet he's having a midlife crisis, Willow shouted. I was so fucking angry. Well, my dear viewers, I believe this is where we'll have to call it a night. Oops. My bad. Oops. Keep doing that. Anyway, that was a very joyous little tale. We're about halfway through our tales here. And I hope that you all enjoyed what you heard. And I hope that you can tune in next week for part 2 of my Immortal. Until then, I do hope that you have a pleasant week. And it seems like the chat was all enjoying this. But I'll be sure to do part 2 next time. Until then, I wish you all a very pleasant night. Until the next Bad Fanfiction Live. Toodle pip, and good night.